Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me, guys? Me, guys? I'll be right back. Wait a moment. Okay, I'm back. What's up, Yanni? Nice to see you in the stream. Hey, Murat. Nice to see you. Okay, we have five viewers right now. Not bad. Okay, I'm back. What's up, Yanni? Nice to see you in the stream. Hey, Murat. Nice to see you. Hey, Hassan. Nice to see you. Okay, we have five viewers right now. Not bad. Maybe I'll post something on Instagram and we'll get more views. Let's see. Can you hear an echo, by the way, in the stream? Hi, Hassan. Nice to see you. Thanks, Yanni. Maybe I'll post something on Instagram and we'll get more views. I think the echo should be gone now. Hey, Jinka, nice to see you. How's it going? Fine, and you, man? Okay, nice. Thanks, Yanni. Let me just track this here. Yeah, I'll post it on Instagram and on Twitter. The echo should be gone now. Hey, Jinka, nice to see you. How's it going? Is it still echoing, Ajinkya? I'm testing because I usually use this for gaming purposes, then it's not echoing, but somehow on YouTube it's echoing. I'm not sure why. I just reduced the audio for the desktop. Let me see. Maybe let me guys know if it's echoing. Okay, Doubt has no echo. Okay, no echo now. No multiple microphones. I turned the one from my PC off and I have the one in front of me. This one is turned on. Okay, no echo so far, that's good. Because I had the desktop audio on. If I would do something like reaction video, then you would hear an echo as well. Yeah, it's a bit tricky if you do it the first time. I tested it yesterday, but there was no echo, so if you have any questions or want to tell me something, just let me know. How was the day so far? Okay, 6 viewers are the most we had so far. Let's see how this evolves over time. Okay. Yes, I'm launching a podcast. And the first podcast will be with Lisa and Chris from SimScale. At least that's planned. You don't know if somebody gets sick. And we will talk about HR and what you can... and about career optimization as well, like what career path you want to take and how to optimize CVs, how the process looks like if you apply for SimScale, for instance. Hey Sai, nice to meet you. Also pipeline for upcoming videos because Jinky is asking. So MATLAB videos, I'm currently drafting some new MATLAB videos how you can use symbolic mathematics. And also I'm working on Lattice Boltzmann. Yeah, right, Lattice Boltzmann presentation. How it works, what is the difference between using the standard approach like incompressible Navier-Stokes, for instance, and Lattice Boltzmann, and go a bit into mathematical details. Yeah, it could be. It's 12:15 a.m. in India. Yeah, in Germany it's right before 8 p.m. Could be. We can shift it to a bit earlier time so that Indian people can attend because the biggest viewership is from India, followed by USA, and Germany is like, I don't know, place 4 or 5. So I have a lot of international viewers. Live webinar tutorials sometime in the future. Yes, of course. What would the topic be? maybe do a demo case from SimScale, or what was the idea? We can also talk about other stuff like 10 tips, for instance, an engineer should know, or 10 tips for an engineer, or 10 things an engineer should know about, for instance. Also, please talk about engineering design career path. I can think about that, yeah. Let me just open my idea sheet. I have an idea sheet where I put everything inside. Let me just open a new one for the live stream. Okay, YouTube. You guys can give me your ideas and I will just write them down and try to find synergy effects with my current ideas to be as efficient as possible. I'm also writing down your names, of course. So the first one would be, of course, the tip from Ajinkya. It's not a video idea, but to start stream earlier would make sense, obviously, because the biggest viewership is from India, so that makes absolute sense. Then what else do we have? Let's just put this on this side. Live webinar. Then Rohit suggested live webinar. Wajah. Career path. Yeah, simulation and system design. Does simulation also involve verification and validation and what this actually means? Because a lot of people don't know what the difference is between verification and validation. Do you mean that, Sai? Just covering the basics of modeling and simulation. So we could do a lecture series on that one. That would be possible. I'm just writing down Sai, modeling and simulation. And also hey, we have 9 viewers. It's like the biggest attendance we had so far. It's a record. Hey to all the new guys. Okay, we have 8 now. Ah, you mean SimScale, right? Not SimScape. Wojciech, very good question. Yes, OpenForm is planned. If I have, I had the plan when I have 6K subscribers, I'm doing a full course on OpenForm, like from beginner to advanced. Yeah, if you want to have that, maybe invite a lot of your, some of your friends who might be interested in OpenForm and want to learn OpenForm. Because actually one guy wrote me that there is a big demand on OpenForm. There are very good channels who do OpenForm, like Yusuf Nagi, for instance. But I really want to like do a complete course on it. And the OpenForm course will be free, like the basic fundamentals. And for those of you who want to have a script, something like that, you can go to the Patreon page, sorry, or get it from a separate page, because I'm currently planning on creating a course page, which is still in planning, because it also costs me money and I have to see how to get that money back, obviously, because you cannot only spend money, you have to also see how you get money back. Humanists. Okay. Maybe if you find engineers who might be interested in OpenFOAM, that would be awesome. Like the plan was to get like 50k subs this year. Could be very hard, but I'm drafting plenty of ideas to make it not too monotonous in terms of videos, etc. Also, I have missed some question. Rohit asked SimScale. Yeah, that is planned. And actually, I have already something drafted, which is like the Simulation Sunday, but I have not too much time. I actually thought about like skipping university for a bit and yeah, work on my stuff on YouTube and teaching people all around the world. Combination of SimScale and Onshape. Yeah, very good. Very good. We can do that. Yes. Yeah, that's the problem. I think cloud-based simulation tools or ecosystems like SimScale or Onshape can really leverage this potential to use these tools even more, because a lot of people cannot afford like powerful PCs, and that's where cloud-based simulation technology comes in, or even like Onshape to model your CAD. And so I was saying development testing of a system. Yeah, very good point, Sai. That's actually not that bad if I would open like a class where you can learn everything from simulation, OpenFOAM, MATLAB, and so on. And to be honest, my oldest MATLAB videos are not that good in terms of quality. So once I'm finished with the whole series on MATLAB and Simulink, I will do a whole course, which would be like super cheap, like I don't know, maybe 5 to 10 euros, which you can afford. Would be super high quality. I put it on my course page, which would be like very high quality, and then you can download everything in high quality. And Wojciech, do you know 3 brown 1 blue? He's called 3 blue 1 brown, if I'm not mistaken. It's Grant Sanderson. Yes, he has a very good channel, and I like his teaching style. Ajinki is asking COVID-19 study. Yeah, everybody's going crazy, not only on Twitter, but also at the beginning was like, okay, people are going crazy, but you have to take it serious. Also regarding the elderly, like even if you're not affected from COVID-19 or the coronavirus, you should be cautious and take care of the elderly people, because if they have some diseases or are very easy to catch a disease, for instance, you should take care. Also, when you could infect your parents, for instance. Have you thought of live streaming of a project? Yeah, sounds like a good idea. I have put it on my to-do list, but I will put it again on my to-do list before I forget it, because I have like a 10-page, no joke, 10-page idea sheet. It's like crazy. I'm just scrolling through it. Okay, it's 8 pages. But this is only one idea sheet. I have another idea sheet which has also like plenty of pages. And the more support I see, and the more support will come, the more output I will produce, of course. Yeah, thanks Roy for the feedback. MATLAB tutorials, I think they are not that bad. I think my MATLAB tutorials are quite good, without trying to sound too arrogant here. But the quality is not that good, to be honest. I'm always trying to improve, optimize the quality, etc. Also editing skills. I'm teaching myself editing a bit more, and I have some cool stuff planned actually, how we could combine the current status of COVID-19, so the coronavirus, as well as simulation. So I have the idea already in mind, and I'm trying to film it as soon as possible. Yeah, Rohit, same as in our university. I tried to do a written exam, actually, which is like the hardest one in our masters, and now it got cancelled. So the same was in my bachelor's, like stuff came in between, like surgery and then stuff like this. So what I would do is instead of like being down and sad, and I would just take it as something positive and maybe learn a new skill at home. Yeah, stuff like that. Actually, if you're interested in deep learning, let me just see. So NVIDIA offers a GPU technology conference, which should have been in America in Silicon Valley, but they are now offering it online. Let me just copy the link. I'll paste it to you. NVIDIA conference online. So just attend the conference online, and I will attend it too. So just give it a spin or have a look at the page and see if you're interested. Or can use Udemy, but from what I've heard, people don't really like Udemy, especially content creators who got their content stolen and then just published on Udemy. So, but for me, it's quite good. Thanks, Rohit, for the feedback. Yeah, my goal is actually to become one of the best ones in the field of teaching. I like, for instance, Grant Sanderson, as Wojciech mentioned, like the 3 blue, 1 brown channel. He's doing a very good job. And actually, I'm trying to learn the mathematical library or animation library he is using. But these videos take a lot of time to really are on point and stuff like that. So thanks for your wishes, Ajinkya. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The plan also was to visit India at some point and then teach people there in universities and visit Formula student teams. That would be awesome. Thanks, Rohit. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. I think it's not the same. Could be. Maybe you can post the link right here of the webinar, because this is a whole conference hosted online. And I think MathWorks and NVIDIA are just doing small webinars. But if we can exchange ideas, and if you know some places where we can learn stuff, that would be awesome. Someone subscribed. Awesome. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, I know about that. I'm currently responsible for all the teams, and especially like not all teams in India, but all the teams we sponsor on SimScale, and we have around 102 Formula Student teams now, and we have plenty of teams from India, and they're very motivated. And even if they don't have like the most beautiful car, I like what they do with the least amount of resources, and I really admire that. That's awesome. People in India are driven, and I like that. Let me see what Rohit. Ah, yeah, I sponsored you, Rohit. That's correct. I sponsor so many teams. Sometimes I forget the name, but now that you mention it, I remember. What do you mean by that, Wojciech? What are you guys currently working on? I'm quite curious. Are you doing finishing your studies? Are you already working? NFR. Yeah. Wojciech, that's possible. Where are you guys from? Is it Egypt? I'm not sure, because we have so many teams all around the world. What do you mean, Wojciech? Maybe you can explain it. Okay. Pause and ponder, yeah. I see, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, Wojciech, for my personal taste, and I'm doing this wrong as well, like wrong, quote unquote, the videos are quite long. If we would chop it up into several parts, I think, would be more digestible. I'm doing the same mistake, and I really think about doing the CFD and FEM video in like 5 minutes, and then call them how to learn, for instance, FEM in 5 minutes and CFD in 5 minutes. Of course, it's a catchy title, but to really break everything down to the essentials. Yeah, that's right, Rohit. That's what the power of SimScale is. That's correct. Indian team Germany. Yeah, sometimes I forget we also have a Chinese team here in Germany. Sometimes things get a bit messy, but yeah. Yeah, I would advise you that if you have the time, even if you study a bit longer, join a team, because it teaches you how to be more interactive in terms of social connections and learn other skills, and you have the opportunity to get more involved in the industry. I tried to join in the 3rd semester. I'm a bachelor's, but as I was not located in Karlsruhe, they said, okay, it's not possible, but whatever. Yeah, Wojciech. He's very high level, that's true. And he actually did videos for Khan Academy beforehand, before he decided to go like all in YouTube. SimCenter Flow EFD. I know that too. Have you considered using SimScale? Is it not possible, or is SimCenter more convenient? That's bad, Roger. Rohit, nice project. CFD on a drone. I have a drone as well, but we could actually do a study on a drone. Let me see if I have any responses on social media. And by the way, guys, if you know somebody who would be a perfect fit for a podcast, just let me know. Or maybe tell them, hey, Yusuf has a channel and he wants to do a podcast. If you know somebody who is very knowledgeable in his field, doesn't have to be like a super expert or a genius. Not at all. I mean, I want to have a diversity of people on my channel. If it's machine learning, psychology, personal development, I think if you do engineering, you shouldn't do only engineering, to be honest. You have to do a variety of things, like, as my slogan is, engineer your mind, and plenty of other stuff. Machine learning course is planned, yes, but it's not very high priority, Ajinkya. It is planned. I'm also, by the way, currently doing a machine learning course. I had the, what was it called? I forgot it. Like on Udacity, like a scholarship. Exactly, and I finished that a few days ago. And what I planned is also show you a tutorial where you can combine style transfer using machine learning, as well as CFD pictures. But please note that the CFD pictures that I mean, that's not meant to be like taking CFD data and then using machine learning on it, because I have some documents on it and it's planned in the future, like everything else. But I have to really delve deep into this to understand how machine learning is used in CFD. Okay, I'm writing it down, Rohit. Maybe you can elaborate on what you said, like what meshes exist, for instance. What meaning? Okay, I get it. Maybe I write down mesh types, what to avoid. Yeah. I can put it on my to-do list. Sounds good, sounds like a good idea. I did it roughly in my CFD introduction, what meshes exist, like chimera grids, immersed boundary, etc. But we can delve more into depth. Thanks, Sankit. I appreciate your comment. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, open form, as I mentioned, open form course will come. Like, also I'm creating a script which you can buy. Like, a basic script will be for free, and an advanced script for all the other ones who might be curious or supporting the channel would be quite cheap, whatever cheap means. Oh, thanks, Wojciech, for your. I hope it's not too monotonous. Also, what comes into my mind is that maybe you know Lex Friedman, who's doing podcasts. Sometimes I think I have the same voice as him, like too monotonous, no variation. But I like Lex. Sorry, not Flex. I like Lex. No offense here. I like what he does, and he's very successful in what he does. So I'm not criticizing him at all. Roger asks, can you recommend any books for FEA analysis? Yeah, the classical one is a first course in finite elements. I'll paste the title. First course in oops. Let me just see. Yeah, it's from Fish and Belichko. One moment, Jacob Fish. This one right here. This is a very good one. And yeah, Rohit, sounds like a good idea first, but that would require like plenty of studies. Or you read maybe NASA papers. I wrote it down. Because in some NASA papers there are some recommendations for meshes and what aspect ratio, etc. And to be honest, like by doing so much stuff, and you really have to be like doing it on a regular basis, I forgot a lot of stuff when it comes to stuff like this, like meshing, and so it might be a good idea to jump right back in. And to come back to Roger's question, let me just pick this book right here. I'm hoping it's not. Okay, this one. Maybe you can see it. That's a quite good one. Let me just see if it's like not out of focus. Introduction to Finite Element Method, and the authors are called Ottoson and Patterson. That's a good one, and it's super old. Like, if you go to the beginning, it's from 1992, so quite old. But how things are explained there are quite good. Mathematics as well. And by the way, linear algebra course will come as well, because that's needed for sorry guys, that's needed for machine learning, obviously. So what is singular value decomposition, also for CFD, proper orthogonal decomposition, which might not be used that much in machine learning, I have to see, and stuff like that, and how to implement it. But there are very good channels out there who do that already, but I want to really condense everything, put it on my channel or on my teaching site, which will go online soon, hopefully, and then we can see. Right, check. That's a good point. I really like that you give this feedback, because when you go to the analytics on YouTube, maybe I can share it. Let me see how. Let me just have a look at specific analytics. Maybe that might be interesting for you as well. We can. Let's just pick a random one. I'm quite open about that. So if you also want to know in the future what I already earned, which is nothing right now, because I don't, I'm not eligible for monetization. Let me just switch the view, and probably you can see it now. So what you see is on the right hand side we have the Navier-Stokes equation video. And what you can see is the retention of the, it's in German now, but don't worry, I'll explain it. So we have the retention of the viewers. So if it drops like this, like there's a significant drop, then for people most likely it's too boring, and then they switch off at the beginning, and then you can see it's a continuous drop. What would be preferred is that the curve is more flat. So that you basically start here, then you have a slight drop, and then it's constant. Like you're following my mouse now, it's constant, and then there's a drop at the end because there's the outro, for instance. Elon Musk would be very cool. Yeah, I would like to have him on my podcast. Actually, it's quite controversial now, if you have seen on Twitter, because of the thing he posted about the coronavirus, so COVID-19, and other stuff about his employees. Elon Musk is like a cool dude. Yeah, I like him. Although you read a lot of stuff about him that he's crazy sometimes. I mean, if you're working at that level and have world-class companies, I think you have to be a little bit crazy. Cool. Any other ideas from you guys? Let me know what's up with you. I think I'll be online for maybe half an hour, and then I'll move over to Twitch and maybe go around and game with my bro. Let's see. I'm not sure. I have to eat something because I'm hungry. Yeah, and let me just see what Wojciech said. By the way, for all you game enthusiasts out there, Doom Eternal will drop March 20th, so I will also stream that either on YouTube or Twitch. Maybe let me know what you think. Maybe I'll just write it down. Yes, that's what actually the analytics don't really give away. So if you stop a video and then come back, I'm not sure how the algorithm really works behind the scenes, but what I can tell you, and I watched plenty of tutorials, watch plenty of tutorials about this, and the most like referring to Wojciech's statement now, the most important parameters are click-through rate. So if someone sees your thumbnail, that's why I'm also investing plenty of time in my thumbnails. Sometimes cost me 2 to 3 hours to make a thumbnail. The click-through rate is important. So if someone sees your thumbnail and then clicks on it, this is the click-through rate. And then YouTube measures the impressions in the background, and you can see it in the analytics, how many people actually click on the thumbnail, how many people stay. And then the other second parameter, which is important, is watch time. Of course, when it comes to your personal brand, there are plenty of parameters like how your voice sounds, how your personality is like, etc. So there is no straight way of defining how to become successful on YouTube. I don't consider myself successful yet. But if you have a look at videos from Mr. Beast, for instance, he's unpredictable. So people want to click on it, and it's also entertaining. I mean, nobody comes home from a hard day and thinks, okay, I'm now watching YouTube videos about engineering for like 20 minutes. It's I can really understand that. That's why I also want to implement gaming and entertainment on my channel, but still keep it professional. Rohit asks, what's your favorite games? Okay, so I started gaming when I was like 12 or 13, when I was back in Lebanon. I started playing in an internet cafe, Counter-Strike 1.6, so which is usually forbidden for that age, but I never had like thoughts of raiding a school or something like that. And so I started at 12, 13. With Counter-Strike 1.6. Then later on I moved over to Counter-Strike Source. Then I played Warcraft 3, so Reign of Chaos and the Frozen Throne for quite some time. And because of Warcraft, I moved over to Dota, so not Dota 2, but Dota 1, which was like 10 years ago. And then I stuck with Dota for quite a while. Played some games on Counter-Strike Source as well. Played Doom. Mafia is quite a good game. Doom is very good. That's why I'm getting Doom Eternal. Heinz. Okay. Roger, do you mean both in the sense of streaming on YouTube and Twitch? It's not possible actually, at least for me, because I'm streaming with my laptop right now, and it's already like, let me see, it's not that hot actually. What's your MMR in Dota? That's what everybody asks. I'm not playing MMR, playing Turbo mainly, because with my brothers I invite them and then just we do a Turbo because it's quite fast. MMR, I think, I'm not sure. The highest one was 4.8, 4.9. In solo, by the way, which is not that good actually, but I'm not focusing on MMR at all. Yeah. Another company, by the way, Wojciech, which is quite good. And actually, I think the company, is it the same company who is doing Cyberpunk 2077? Patreons. Of course I need Patreons. I only have 2 so far. Yeah, MATLAB Toolbox sounds like a good idea. Crash course on toolboxes. I can maybe use the deep learning toolbox. People really are ridiculing. Let me just see. Yeah, CD Projekt Red. It's a very good company. I never had something bad from them, to be honest. They're a very good company, and they're delivering quite amazing games. Yeah, I really thought about like streaming Cyberpunk 2077 and also Doom Eternal. Maybe I'm getting both. Let's see. And about the toolbox, I'm writing down toolbox MATLAB. So we can think about Rohit if you're interested in maybe deep learning toolbox and how to use it. Of course, that would require that you have the toolbox available if you download MATLAB and have not a cracked version, etc. Ajinkya, you can think about some clickbait thumbnail and title. Nothing wrong with that if people get satisfied with an experience. That's right, Ajinkya, and that's actually very hard to do because, as I mentioned, click-through rate and watch time. If it's a clickbait title, people click on it and then immediately click away because they're they're not getting what they expected. This will go will be very negative for your channel because YouTube sees, okay, he's a clickbaiter, and then will rank his videos lower. So that's not the optimal way of growing a channel, but there's like a balance between having a clickbaity thumbnail and catchy title and still keep people entertained. Yeah, deep learning. I wrote it down, Rohit. Thanks for your input. Good idea. Thanks, Rohit. Would appreciate if somebody really supports the channel. Doesn't have to be monetary, but I would appreciate if I get more patrons and maybe can invest more time into the channel, because that's what I'm currently doing. I'm planning, I'm doing stuff, reaching out to people, asking for podcasts, and to really grow this, I think you have to do it. This cannot be a hobby. If you want to grow YouTube, this cannot be a hobby. You have to go really deep into it and do something about it, not just do it on the side. There are very few people who actually become famous overnight, but I think I won't be one of them. So I really have to put a lot of work into the channel and see. Maybe Elon sees my channel and gives me a shout out on Twitter. That would be like crazy. Simscape is FEA in MATLAB. As far as I know, yes, that's right. They developed a toolbox. That's right. But if you want to buy the open source version, it's like, I don't know, it's like super expensive, from what I know. Wojciech said Sapkowski. Let me see what book this is. Do you know the title, Wojciech? Maybe I can find it like that. Sapkowski. Ah, okay. I actually didn't know him. Andrei Sapkowski. Okay, not that hard. Yeah, there's a balance actually. I would like reading his book, but then I have plenty of books that I still have to read. I can show you what I'm currently reading. One moment. Yeah, many books I saw it. So this is the one I'm reading right now. So maybe you know him. So shoe dog is another word for shoemaker, which has been used in the past. And Phil Knight is the founder of Nike. And in this book he explains the story. And I really heard that the book is very good. I'm not that far actually, I just started. Page 50 from around 400. So yeah. Let's see if it's good. Maybe I can do a review on the channel as well. That's also I'm planning, by the way, like having a monthly favorite series where I can give you a podcast, a book, and some blog posts that I really could recommend. I think this would or can go very viral. Wajih asking. Yeah, way too aesthetic is right. They're sometimes giving just a dislike because I don't know. Yeah, happens. I think it would be very arrogant to say that everyone should like your video, because even 3Blue1Brown has like plenty of dislikes. But I think there are also some haters from the guys who are giving him a dislike, because they cannot achieve what he did. So I barely give anyone a dislike, except if they try to rip off people or kids, like when they do poker, advertising poker pages. It's just wrong. Any thoughts on freelancing, past experiences, scope? I never did freelancing. What I only did is teaching people on in university, like students and like bigger classes in terms of FEA. But I have to say I'm not an expert, so my scope is quite wide, if you can say it like that. So I'm interested in CFD, turbulence modeling. I like FEA a lot, personal development, AI. So I'm doing quite a lot of stuff. We will see in the future if that's good. Maybe I will lose my job in the future because of AI. We never know, right? So the future will tell if we made the right decisions. Yeah, that's right, Rohit. If I have more subscribers, I will definitely invest more time. And the goal is actually to go almost full time, because at the current state, I like staying with SimScale. It's they have a flat hierarchy. That's what I really love, and the colleagues are super nice. So I have no problems with anyone. So I try to stay with them as long as I can and as they want. Let's see. But the future will tell. You never know. Sometimes you plan for the future and maybe I'm dead tomorrow. Who knows? I'm not trying to be negative here. He created the Witcher world. But yeah, that's right, Wojciech. It's still I mean, they clicked on your video, right? I'm not sure if what the weight is of a dislike. I don't really know the algorithm. I think nobody knows really. But yeah. Let's see. Let's just focus on the positive part. But it's good that you mentioned it, because sometimes if I click on my videos and see 2 dislikes or 3 dislikes, then I'm asking myself, oh my god, what did I do wrong? How can I optimize it? And it would be better for the guy doing the video, for the producer, instead of giving him a dislike, or you can even give him a dislike, but then tell him what you didn't like. And what I do is I always take the feedback immediately and then write it on a piece of paper to implement it directly. Because as I said, I want to be one of the best in what I'm doing, and I'm still small, but that's the goal. And about freelancing, there are some pages. Actually, let me just see. Let me just see. Yeah, if you're interested, like in, you can Google it actually. Especially if you're interested in machine learning, freelancing, or engineering, you can find some good videos on that. Thanks, Roy. Thanks for the feedback, man. I appreciate it. Brofist. Imaginary brofist. At least digitally. Hey, we have 12 visitors. What's going on? It's awesome. It's our new record, 12 visitors. Invite your friends, guys, then we can see if someone subscribes to the channel. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, that's good. I like what you have in mind, Roger. Just my general advice is to follow your passion, however passion is defined, but what you really enjoy doing. Yeah, as Elon Musk said, by the way, if you need motivating words to do something, don't do it. So if you don't need motivating words to do what you love, then I think it's the best thing to do. Yeah. What rendering do you want to use, by the way? Is it like Blender, or is it like any special software, Maya, Autodesk? Is Autodesk for rendering? Sure. Yeah, that's right. We'll check. Only 2 dislikes. I think the ratio from my videos is quite good. The worst video I have is the one where I talk about the comeback from Siraj. Imaginary fist bump, of course, man. Yeah, that's very problematic, and I think if you do freelancing on engineering projects, you really have to be an expert in what you do. Like, people have to trust you, and you need to have a portfolio. What usually people ask for is, like, if you have a CV or something, like in the form of a CV, to see what projects you have done. Hey, I consulted this guy or this guy. So Keyshot and Fusion. Yeah, Keyshot is nice. I also use Keyshot in my studies and on my channel, as you have seen. Keyshot is pretty awesome, yeah. And the student license is around 90 to 100 euros. Yeah, Blender's very awesome. Yeah, I like it as well. It's open source, so it's a super cool tool. I'm learning it as well, and I'm planning to release a video on how to render CFD data. That's not very trivial, and how to animate CFD data inside of your Blender environment. It's not that easy. Like dynamic, in the sense of dynamic CFD data. Not just overlapping a picture with your scene. That should be very easy to do. Yeah, Ajinkya is saying Matt Davelia. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I know Matt. I'm following him for. I even followed him when he had like 200k subs. And then he exploded. Yeah, it's open source, that's right. Self-development. Do you have any questions, by the way, if we do a podcast on HR, like what to take care of when creating a CV or stuff like that? Is anything popping into your head right now which should be asked in the podcast? Maybe write them down just as a comment or in the chat, and I will write them down or when I interview Chris and Lisa, so that we have some input from your side. Thought you were German. I'm half German, half Lebanese. So my dad is from Lebanon and my mom is from Germany. Yeah, Rohit, I know Blender Guru. He's like also a big YouTuber. I know him. I also, good that you mentioned it, Rohit, I have to write it down. What I thought about is like doing a live stream, maybe without voice, because I got, what was it? It was like a course page or something like this, where they created a Viper, like a automobile or car Viper, and they created it from scratch, and I want to do the tutorials while I'm streaming. That would be like super cool. How many hours do you sleep? Sometimes too much. 5 Wojciech is asking. Yeah, CV recommendations. Sorry for skipping that. CV recommendations. Yeah, will come. And I already discussed it with Lisa. Wojciech asked, how many hours do you sleep? Actually, I sleep quite a lot. And that's a very good question. I like that you asked that one, because when I was in my bachelor's, and you might know it from your colleagues as well or from school, you're like the cool dude or like the tough guy if you sleep like 4 to 5 hours. And I think that's like completely stupid. Sometimes you can do it, like if you have a project which has to be finished. For instance, when I wrote my bachelor thesis, I wrote it in like 2 days, like 90 pages in 2 days. And the mark wasn't actually that bad. So I wrote it over the weekend. Okay, 2.5 days, because I started Friday afternoon and then where I slept like 3 or 4 hours, which is okay. But I would recommend sleeping 7 to 8 hours. I do 8. So I sometimes go to bed at 2 and wake up at 9. Sometimes I wake up at 10. So I have 8 hours sleep, 7 to 8 hours. That's the best. Yes. Robert asked, do you teach beyond YouTube like real classroom? Yeah, I do. I teach on YouTube, which is like I don't want to say hobby, but I'm trying to go invest more time into it. I also thought about, and actually I'm quite honest here, like skipping the master, like just interrupting my masters and just go all in on this, because to be honest, the degree doesn't determine how successful you will become. It might help in some companies, but this classical, how you call it in the Instagram world, this classical 9 to 5 where you just have a job and do the job is not my cup of tea, to be honest. But if I do it, like working for SimScale, for instance, and I definitely want to do something on the side. So, yeah. And actually, I enjoy doing videos and educating people all around the world way more than doing a master thesis where even the supervisor doesn't answer my emails. It's like, sometimes I really hate that. From what part of Germany are you now? It's like Rhineland-Palatinate, if you call it like that. Maybe you know that. It's like 35 kilometers from my university. That's where I actually live, where the house is. Yeah, maybe you know. Is it even pronounced like that? I have to see. Rhineland-Palatinate. Maybe I was going full. I was. Okay, sounds like it. Like through SimScale conferences. I haven't been on a conference yet, but we have planned to go on conferences. And teaching on SimScale in particular, I have done the SimScale professional trainings. That's what I did. Yeah, Roger. That's why you have to find some way to get over that. I think there's nothing wrong with doing a 9 to 5, and actually people just do what you love, to be honest, because people will always mock you. Know, if you do the 9 to 5, then they say, "Hey, look, he's a stupid guy. He's doing the 9 to 5." And if you go sleep on a, I don't know, air mattress, then they say, "Hey, look, he's such an idiot. He could do 9 to 5, but he's sleeping on an air mattress and following his dreams." So whatever you do, society will always mock you. So just do what you want to do, and of course it should be reasonable, not like say, "Hey, I want to be the next, like, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg." I mean, if you dream like that, and nothing wrong with it, but be realistic. That's what I want to say. Oh, that's nice. Thanks, Rohit. Yeah, Milad Mafi, ex-colleague who worked also at SimScale, he's doing his PhD now, as far as I know. He did great videos. That's also when I started getting in contact with SimScale, watching his tutorials. Good tutorials, yeah, I have to agree. And thanks for your, again, bro fist. Imaginary bro fist. How many bro fists do I have to give? Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, yeah, I'm writing it down to invite Milad to, or write him on Facebook. Chilling question. Favorite TV series? Good, very good question. Maybe you know Mr. Robot. It's like my most favorite one. Yeah. Mr. Robot. Then Scrubs. Hello, Shazia. Welcome to my live session. Yeah, so Mr. Robot is my favorite one. Then Scrubs, along with sharing this second place, is Taboo. Taboo is a good series. Let me just write it in the chat so that you can. Mr. Robot, then Scrubs, of course, and then Taboo. Yeah, these are the three series that I admire. Scrubs is like super awesome. The last series I didn't really like, but the rest is like super awesome. Especially when JD's daydreaming, it's like super hilarious. And Taboos with Tom Hardy is like a very cool actor. I like him a lot. Taboo is a great series. Man, we are already streaming 73 minutes. What's going on? I had to be honest, I never watched Friends, but some of my friends... Okay, that's weird. Some of my friends actually do. They say it's good as well, but I never had any interest in Friends. Never had any interest. Person of interest. Roger, see you, man. Good night. Take care, bro. See you in the next live stream or under my next video. Make sure to add comments under my videos because the algorithm also looks at that. Good night, bro. Let me see. Person of interest. Person of interest. If you're hungry, it's too late to eat. So true, man. So true. Go watch some more anime. Maybe. Just doing advertisement for Kimetsu no Yaiba. See ya, Jinkia. Good night, man. See you in the next one. Good night, bro. Looks like a good anime. Maybe I'll start it if I have time. And does Skillshare work in India? I think it does. It should work in India. Also have like a 1-year membership at Skillshare. It's like they have very good courses also on personal development, how to present stuff, which I also watched. Yeah. I also paid with PayPal. So I think I'll stay for 3 more minutes, guys. If you have any questions left, I will do another live stream soon, so don't worry. The next one will definitely be March 20th, because that's when Doom will be released, Doom Eternal. So I'm doing a live stream there. I think on YouTube or on Twitch, let's see. But on YouTube is, I think, better because some of you guys don't have a Twitch account. Oh, that's super awesome. Oh, you're so lucky, man. If you have a Coursera license, that's I have so many. Actually, let me see. Because I have Coursera pages open that I want to do. I wanted to do a course on robotics. And actually they have Coursera Plus now. I'm just right before like signing up for Coursera Plus, which is like I think 300 euros per year, something like that, which is a lot of money. But I'm like super into YouTube right now and doing courses. Was geht, Baschak? Was geht, Brudi? Was geht ab? And another course I could recommend, self-driving cars. And actually, Rohit, self-driving cars, there's one course on Coursera, but I thought about doing, tracking my progress. Maybe I thought about signing up for Udacity, how do they call it, specialization, which is about self-driving cars. So I'm trying to get started there, and then I will track my progress, because if you sign up for Udacity, you also get a mentor. He's looking over your CV, your GitHub profile, just to give you an idea what the Udacity process looks like. And I think this will also be super awesome for you, because not everyone can afford Udacity courses. They're like 170 euros per month. It's like crazy. If it's 50%, by the way. When will you go to sleep? I don't know, maybe 2 o'clock. I will still prepare the upcoming MATLAB video. Yeah, I have it open, by the way, Rohit. I swear I have it open. It's like modern robotics, mechanics, planning and control specialization. It's that one, right? I just have the tab open. Do more Simulink. Yes, of course. Simulink, the next one would probably be predator-prey equation. So how does the system look like, dynamic system, and how does the dynamic field look like if you plot it? Aerial robotics course. Let me just see. I'm just looking at the course reviews. Some people really didn't like it. It's like 6 specializations. Let me see. Aerial robotics, computational motion planning, mobility, perception. Oh, perception is a nice one. Estimation and learning is a nice one. And then a capstone project. Oh man, I really love to do this. I would really love to. It's also for beginners, so it should be like 7 hours per week, 6 months. We can do it in 3. Promise. It's also with MATLAB, I see. I thought it was with Python. Jindujuna, hi. Nice. What's your real name, by the way, Jindujuna? Maybe I know you. Bonwi Wojciech, how do you say good night in Polish? I only know how to curse in Polish, so sorry. That's the only thing I learned. Lucy. Dobranoc. Is it right? Dobranoc. I know that you know. Know what? That I can curse in Polish? Lucy. Dzień dobry. Are you studying at KIT? What is a baka? I don't know what this means. Ah, okay. She's your friend. We have 10 viewers right now. The record was 12. I only gained 1 subscriber in the live stream. Really? I have to check that, Wojciech. Etymology maybe of this one. I can look it up later. I think I can learn a lot from you. Like the scene in Scrubs. Help me to help you, help me to help you. Teacher man. That's cute. The agenda is that I actually wanted to go and eat something because I'm already streaming for 86 minutes. I'm not going to sleep in 3 minutes. I'm going to eat maybe. Yeah, I said I'm going in 5 minutes 5 minutes ago. Oh my god. Yeah, it's quite late now in India, I know. I appreciate that you stay so long with me, Rohit. You're awesome. Are you saying that to get a bro fist? Okay, whatever. it's like 3 bro fists now on the stream. Yeah, Rohit is dedicated. He's one of my most loyal followers. He's a good dude. It's the engineering life. If you're not tired, you're not doing it right. Nothing to do for 3 weeks. Okay, looks like I'm streaming more often, right? Do you mean me and you, Rohit? I think you mean me, right? Actually, yeah, I know some Rohits, to be honest. But yeah, I know that. I remember it. And I get plenty of messages every day on LinkedIn. Yeah, see, I still looking for CFD tutorials? I think I already answered you, didn't I? Not sure. I have 9 visitors right now, man, come on. Only 3 people are writing something in the chat. Okay, have a good one, Sanket. No problem, absolutely no problem. Thanks for attending the chat or attending the live session. See you in the next one. He's not fired. He's a bro who needs to eat like myself. Bon appetit. If someone would subscribe, we could see Pikachu on the top left corner, but nobody is subscribing. Or some people who don't have an account set up are subscribing, but the system is not recognizing it because they have no account. We chatted quite a lot, Shazia. You came too late. I'm not sure if I will join on Twitch, like maybe switch over to Twitch in a few minutes after I have eaten something. Snickers is awesome. Enjoy, Rohit. Snickers is great. I love it. Oh, I'm getting tired. Already. It's not even close to 12 o'clock. Yeah, you already subscribed. The struggle of being famous, bruh. Oh, why is your battery always gone? I'm trying to game, but it's only Dota. I'm not sure if you know it. And I will stream on YouTube in around 1 week when Doom Eternal comes out. By the way, if you haven't seen it already, let me just find a trailer. It's like the best trailer ever. Which one was it? Come on. Okay. Nazis essen heimlich dinner. Welcome to the chat. Weird name, by the way. Blood and shooting. Yeah, Doom Eternal is blood and shooting. It's like... Oh man, I waited so long for this game. It's going to be awesome. I hope my PC can stream as well as run Doom Eternal on it in parallel. Otherwise I'm screwed. I'm trying to find a trailer which I watched recently. Which one was it? Come on, man. Sometimes the system takes a bit longer for the Pikachu to show up. Yes, right, Jindo Juno, you're correct. This is the trailer to the for Doom Eternal. I don't know if it's the Epsilon Cursive. Is it like an inside joke? Are we talking about CFD here? No CFD jokes, please. No, I didn't lie. He needs to have an account set up. I'm not sure what the real criteria is, but Pikachu should arrive. I can also like trigger Pikachu. Let me see. I triggered it now. You can see it on the top left corner. Tensor analysis. How good that you say it. Tensor, introduction to tensors should come, hopefully in the future. Let's trigger Pikachu again. Maybe you can hear the sound as well. What should I engineer, by the way? We're engineering our minds here. Rohit, don't worry, gems are not that humorous, to be honest. Especially when it comes to engineering, the jokes are like super dry. Stick slip and stuff, you know? So dry that stick slip occurs. If that even was an appropriate joke to make. Yeah, like on Twitch, exactly. Maybe I have also other, like membership and donation and super chat. So I triggered everything I have now. Really? You followed me on Patreon? Yeah, Patreon is not connected to this page, like to if I think I'm quite new to this stuff. If you donate something, I think you have to use the link in the description, like this one here. Like, not saying you should, but it's the first link actually. It's automatically added to when I'm starting a live stream. It's that one. But I'm not sure if it works for you guys. Thanks, by the way, if you followed me on Patreon. I didn't receive a message yet, but if it's like $1, it's not the world. Nazis essen heimlich dinner. You should support me as well on Patreon. I think they will just convert it, depending on the currency. I don't see anything so far. Thanks again, by the way, Rohit. I appreciate it. Maybe invite your friends as well if they think my channel provides some added value to their lives, or however you want to call it. Would be awesome. It doesn't have to be, as I said, monetary, but I would appreciate if it's monetary. And depending on what tier you choose on Patreon, you can I can send you a video, postcard, or anything like that. Where you have to read through the tiers. I offer you to correct the upcoming Tensor video. Okay, why not? I actually wanted to do it with black paper and then write on the iPad, but I was in Saturn today and the iPad is like super crazy. And they are not reducing the price of the iPad because there's a shortage in delivery, because almost everything was shut down in China. So they're not producing any more stuff there, thanks to the virus. So you don't get it for cheaper, the iPad right now. Okay, Rohit, no problem. If it's like too much for you, don't worry, you don't have to donate. I only ask for donations if people really like have the money and can spend it without thinking about it. If you need the money, then keep it to yourself, man. That's completely fine. I can understand that. Awesome. Thanks, Roy, for telling your roommate. When we have a job, I'm helping you to get a job. Shazia, and if it's you, Toby, you just have to contact me. I'm trying my best to give you some advice, and I'm doing the podcast about how to optimize your CV and how to apply if you want to apply for SimScale, what HR people are looking for, etc. Hi SNY, who are you? Tell me your name. Okay, Rohit, I appreciate it, man, buddy. Thanks a lot. SNY, what's your name? Greetings from Stuttgart to Karlsruhe. Grüße gehen zurück. Grüße gehen zurück, Erik. Sandesh. Ah, okay. I think I know. Do you follow me on Instagram? Like, not asking that you follow me on Instagram, but I'm just asking if you follow me on Instagram. Because I'm not sure. I think someone named Sandesh followed me on Instagram. It's pretty hard to catch, to be up to date with who wrote you a message and who is following you. But it's nice that you attended the chat, or attend the chat. Hey, if I take over, like if I get some foot into the Indian market, it would be like crazy. If Indian people find me. Maybe I have to come to India with my shirt on, which says subscribe to my channel on it. Rohit is on the spy. Sandy. I see. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, Eric, that's awesome. Yes, I have a meeting or like a hangout session with someone from LinkedIn about this topic. Are you doing your PhD in Stuttgart? That would be awesome. I have some machine learning. ML is machine learning. Are you joking? No, just kidding. Yeah, if you have some materials, or if you want to be on my podcast, by the way, if you want, then send me a message and we'll make it happen. Postdoc, okay. PhD. Stop mocking my English, by the way. I'm not that bad in English. And I'm not that good. You don't even have a picture, Shazia. Stop mocking me, you anonymous person. What's going on here? What's your Twitch? Give me your name. Yep, let me just see. We are all friendly people and nobody mocks each other. Chill. So how long will you be active now? I think I'm going to eat something very soon. I'm hungry. My last meal was at 1 p.m. or something like that. What's Jindo Juna? Maybe post your Twitch link as well in the chat. I allow it. Don't use the SpongeBob meme here. Very soon. Okay, I'm streaming for 109 minutes now. We'll make it 115 and then I'm ending the stream right now. Maybe I'll join later on Twitch, but I'm not sure. Jindo Juna, post your link for your Twitch channel. I'll allow it. Yes, very good question, Rohit. I'm working on. Let's see. I know what I'm working on, but I have to see if I'm uploading something else. Maybe. I'm working on MATLAB script, and the MATLAB upload will be about using symbolic mathematics. Yes, and how to convert. This video would be awesome because it's only a 1-minute video, and this will be about how to convert MATLAB code into LaTeX code. So if you have a fraction and like a big formula and you type in a specific command, you can translate it into LaTeX code and then just copy and paste it into your document. And actually you can automatize that, because that's what I did in my bachelor thesis, like reading stuff from Abacus, reading it with a script from MATLAB, and then putting it into a PDF report. Have a nice evening, Eric. Stay healthy as well, and make sure to send me a message. Maybe we can set up a podcast, or we can just be in touch anyway about this topic, because I think it's super interesting. Good night, buddy. Any tips or suggestions how to memorize, understand mathematical models? I think you have to go the hard way. If you really want to understand it, you have to delve into the subject, but not only read one textbook. Try to approach different ways. Jindo Juna is now following. Now the message comes. Have you ever converted MATLAB to Python? Not yet, but I think it's possible, right? It's like also with converting MATLAB code to C code. H method and P method. Yeah, it's very easy to remember what H and P means. It means mesh and polynomial approach. But you probably know more than me. Yeah, coming back to your question about memorizing stuff, I think use several approaches. I also read a book about that. Maybe I can show it in the next live stream how to maybe let me just see. One moment. There's one book I can recommend. Maybe you can find it online, but I haven't Haven't quite finished it yet. It's that one right here. It's called Ultra Learning from Scott H. Young. I haven't started it yet. I think one of the most essential skills in the future will be how to learn stuff more efficiently. Because just imagine if you lose your job and you have to learn something new. I think this is the one skill. If someone asks me what's the one skill to have, I wouldn't say like deep learning, machine learning, because even if you do it, you can be like substituted by a machine. So the one essential skill to learn is how to learn things effectively and efficiently. Yeah, Toby, I mean, if you know how to do it, you can let us know. I mean, there's some resources online how to do that, how to convert code into another code. If it's Toby, by the way. I'm not sure who Nazis Essenheim Döner is. 2 more minutes, guys. Come on. Then I'll eat something, do a little bit of break because my eyes are like giving up. And then I will probably be on Twitch for like 1 more hour. Then I'll be offline and work on other stuff like my video and some other stuff. I need to do some programming, man. It's crazy. I need to really be dedicated on that one. I have to wake up early or stay until late at night and do some coding in Python. Otherwise I will be bad forever. What I would recommend, if it confuses you, take a piece of paper and do something like a big map, like a big picture, if you want to call it like that. Big picture, something like a mind map, and try to connect all the parts. And the more you connect it, the more it also connects inside of your brain. That's how I usually do it when I create videos, which are also not very easy to explain. For instance, the video with the divergence theorem, so mass conservation. I just looked up several places and tried to find the one that really resonated with me the most. So VTOL. Vertical takeoff and landing. Okay, I didn't know that, by the way, that it's called VTOL. Learned something new. Sounds interesting. So it's probably CFD, right? Or is it like a control systems? Controlling? I'm not sure what you focus on. Okay, guys, we are online for 160 minutes. I would say I'm taking a small break right now. And PID control, exactly. Okay, yeah, CFD and PID control. Rohit is a beast. He's Indian. Is he? Or is he? Yeah, he's Indian. That's also good. That's super cool that you mentioned, Rohit. I think it's pretty essential, like training your idea muscle. Engineering is awesome. Okay guys, thanks for attending the live session. I will take a small break now, as I said, like for 10 times right now, and you'll see me on Twitch in maybe in 1 hour or so, and then I'm streaming for like maybe 1 hour. Okay guys, see you in the next live stream. Thanks for attending. Bye bye.